You're still here on the Sports Zone, which is proudly supported by Bet2, which is a web and mobile sports betting platform that allows you to play your bets from your phone anywhere and anytime at your convenience. Bet2 gives you 8 amazing reasons why you should bet with them. Enjoy a free jackpot ticket for all new players. Enjoy daily promos and special offers. Get the best odds on pre-live and live games. Be a winner every 2 minutes with virtual games. Enjoy multiple bet bonus up to 60%. Now you can cash out from your bets anytime you want. Get stake back if one team loses in a multiple bet of 5 football games or more, and enjoy instant payouts on all your winnings. Now Bet2 is available on web, mobile, USSD and app. Register now and stand a chance of winning up to 150,000 Ghana cedi. It's free in the weekly jackpot. All you need to do will be to simply dial *714*43# to register, or visit bet2.com.gh for more information. Now you can contact Bet2 on 0544148452 or follow Bet2 on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at Bet2 Ghana. Bet responsibly for persons 18 and above. Bet2, we play to win. I told you earlier on that we're going to be having a conversation on table tennis, and we have one of our own, Abrefa, who has represented the nation in several competitions over the years, joining me for the last segment of the show. Derek, good to see you.
Thank you very
much. Now, the last tournament that you featured in was in Australia. Share the experiences with us. What happened there?
Everything went well when we went there. We went earlier because of to acclimatize, and so before the games, we were used to the condition at the sports hall. It went well. We did our best, just that we couldn't bring medal to Ghana. But in all, I would say it was a great experience because...
was this your first tournament?
That is my 3rd Commonwealth Games. And for Commonwealth Games, we have highly ranked top players in the world. And then I met most of them.
So you were in Glasgow 2014?
I was in Glasgow.
You were in India 2010?
I was in New Delhi 2010. India.
I mean, for someone who has had the opportunity of competing at 3 Commonwealth Games, what do you make of the standard of table tennis here and the standard of some of the countries that you get to play with?
Well, when I look at the talents here, we have the talent, but our preparation towards bigger competitions like this is a bit different from.
How do you prepare for games like this?
Personally, I draw a 6 months training program for myself, and I start training. But you can't train in the conditions here because the facilities are not available here. And in some countries, they go and embark on a training tour. Some in China, because China is one of the well-known countries where you can play table tennis. So somebody going to China for about 2 months or 3 months to learn more in table tennis, and you being here, definitely when you meet him, you do your best, but experience will prevail. And then sometimes we do cause upsets. If they go there, we meet them, we beat them in some competitions. Sometimes they beat us.
For that experience, you and I know that when it comes to funding some sporting disciplines here in Ghana, it's very tough. What keeps you going? I mean, the support is not coming, yet you're also not quitting.
It's because of the passion and then the love for the game. And we also have a target. I have a target, and then my target is to become an African champion. And so whether there is enough sponsorship or not, I make sure with whatever situation that is going on, I'll get an advantage out of it, and then based on it, and then use it to train for upcoming competitions. For sponsorship issues, it's a problem in Ghana here, because when you look at Ghana, everything is one-sided, and so for you to get somebody to sponsor you for games like table tennis, tennis, athletics, unless the person has been into the game before, the person really loves that sport. But if not, that it's difficult to get sponsors.
I'm sure you can see yourself on the screen there. Where was this?
That was Gold Coast recently, about 3 weeks ago. Okay. Ghana versus Guyana.
How far did you go?
Well, we won our first match, but we lost to England, which somewhere at around 16.
I know Mr. Mauku Afajinu is your boss.
He is our
Ken
president.
Ashibe is your assistant as well,
Yes.
and is your vice president as well. I mean, these are people who have very deep pockets. These are people who I know have tried to support you, but is the support enough?
Well, they are supporting us, but you know, there is a limit. They can't do all. Yes, they are supporting us. For instance, there are some competitions that I go, the president sponsors me with his own pocket money, and I go, but not
Because
all the
money doesn't
competitions.
come from anywhere.
Yes, not all the competitions that he can sponsor. So sometimes the ones he's able to sponsor, we go. The ones we are unable to go, we stay here and then we train and then we prepare for competitions that are yet to be played. Maybe some months, 3 months, 4 months time.
Are you aware if the ministry is being supportive in any way?
The ministry is being supportive, looking at the level of preparation, even though the preparation wasn't like other countries, as I said earlier, but the preparation the ministry gave us was good enough, because we had about 3 months non-residential training, and then we went for a pre-camping before the Commonwealth Games. And even though this time around we came back with just a single medal, which came from boxing, but the performance of the athletes in Gold Coast, I would say, was far better than the one that was held in Glasgow.
Table tennis is more like an individual sport. I don't know if there are a lot of financial gains from being a table tennis player. I mean, do you do any other thing apart from playing table tennis?
Yes, there are lots of benefits playing table tennis. You know, first of all, let me say, we all know table tennis is a less injury sport, and then it's good for the young ones because of the high hand coordination. It's a fast game, and so it makes you very active and flexible. It keeps your brains very active as well. Aside that, there are lots of benefits. As I speak to you now, I'm on a full scholarship at the University of Cape Coast in the 2nd year. And not only me, there are other athletes, table tennis athletes, players who are also on scholarship.
So you're students there?
Yes, I'm a student there. I'm doing psychology, and I'm a 2nd year student at the UCC.
I doubt whether you have plans to continue playing table tennis.
Of course, I have plans to play table tennis. There are competitions ahead of me, and I have a long-term plan for Tokyo 2020 to go and lift the flag of Ghana high. And so there are a series of competitions coming up, one in the US, which will be next month, that I'm preparing to go, and then just working on sponsorship issues to see if the sponsorship will come as early as possible, so that I will embark on the journey to Westchester and then participate in the US Open. And I will also say the security service has employed over hundreds of people in table tennis, and so most of them are in the immigration service, most of them are playing for the police, most of them are playing for customs, fire service. All these things are benefits of table tennis. That when one involves himself in table tennis, not only becoming a champion, but you can gain employment and then further your education as well.
Now that we're back from the Commonwealth Games, what do you plan to do going forward?
I have series of international competitions to play, and then national body, which is the Ghana Table Tennis Association, has contacted the International Federation of Table Tennis, and so everything has been put in place. They have entered me in the competition. So what I'm doing now is training, and my coach has a plan for me, a training program for me I'm following now. So maybe from next month I'll start embarking on a series of international competitions to psych myself up and then boost my confidence in the international level, and also improve my game before the Olympic 2020 qualifiers comes up.
We've got just about a minute, and we wrap up the conversation. You said you're in school now. You're benefiting from some scholarship. What do you make of what do you make of the sports in the country? Do you think that this is a sport that you would encourage a lot of other people to join, whether professionally or just a way of exercising physically?
I will encourage people to take it serious, because even though over here the attention is not that much, but out there are lots of attention given to table tennis. There are clubs out there, people play and then they are being paid huge sum of money. It wouldn't be like football, but it's enough money that one can depend on in his lifetime. And so most of the Ghanaian players will be moving to some clubs very soon to play professionally. So it's a game that when you involve yourself and you start playing, there are lots of opportunity awaiting you. So I will encourage everybody to play table tennis, because you have nothing to lose. No injury. Hardly will you get injured when playing table tennis, and it's a game that is also good for us health-wise.
Well, you heard from Derek himself. Derek is a player for the Ghana Table Tennis Association. He's represented Ghana 3 Commonwealth Games, like he said, in Delhi 2010, in Glasgow 2014, and of course in Gold Coast, Australia just a few weeks ago. And he's already looking forward to Tokyo 2020 as well. We can only wish him well, and I hope that he makes all of us proud going forward. This is where we draw the curtains to today's edition of the Sports Zone. Make it 18 time tomorrow. Bye.